episode 9 of the Steel Pirate Media Show with shout out to my barber who, when I called yesterday to make an appointment, the individual on the phone said, yeah, he won't be back till September or October. So,
you know what that means?
What?
He's incarcerated.
No, hold on. It's either that
You
or
know
what
what that means?
Hold on. Do you go to Mike Russo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the owner of the barbershop. Never smart to get the owner as your main barber.
I mean, bro, he's been my barber.
That's
for
the
10
guaranteed
years.
best cut.
He ain't never gonna be there. He's the owner.
Bro,
It's a big
he's
hell
been
nah.
there
Hey,
every day
I hate
for the
to-
last 10 years, brother.
I
You can tell. Bro,
disagree
Riley
with
gets-
that
you can tell Riley
statement
gets his
Ronnie
haircut
just
often,
said.
dog.
Shout out to Waddy Santos at Bongo's Barbershop. Guess what? He's
He
the
probably there all
owner
the
and the
time.
main fucking barber. Hey, before I left the 252,
You gotta get you
I went and saw my guy.
Tonight we're going to talk to you a little bit pre-draft, go over some things because our next show will be live for the draft. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about the previous week with some of the bets that we had talked about in episode 7 with the Masters, the UFC fight card. Also, the bet that I put in that involved the UFL. How about that fight card? That was, you were just talking about easy money, Josh. What was easier money? Max Holloway, Ronnie, or Scotty Scheffler, Josh?
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is I know striking, bro. When I'm looking at the matchup and I look at the two fighters, I'm just like, listen, if this doesn't go the way, like, look, there was even one point where at the end of the day, Gaethje could have got absolutely mopped the whole fight like that and still landed one shot and knocked Max out. Of course, it's a puncher's chance. But one guy's just too much better of a striker for me to, being somebody who learned something like that, to put my money on the guy that I know closes his eyes.
Never,
when he
hey,
swings,
bro, I'm gonna
puts
go
his
ahead and
hands
tell y'all
down, bro, puts his
that
head
shit
down to
will
the ground,
never
bro.
ever.
Swings
Nobody
two,
ever
three
do that
pushes.
shit again. Nobody ever do that shit with that man again. That will never happen again. If Max Holloway does to anybody else, they gonna
Nah,
back up.
Ilya Topuria.
That boy is
Ilya
scared.
Topuria is one
Fuck
of
out
the best.
here. That boy is scared.
He
Did
should
you
be.
see his face
Yeah.
the other night?
Nah,
The
he
You
fact
see his
that
face?
can we all agree that, and I don't know how much y'all have. I know Ronnie has been for a while, but I don't know about the other two of you. I've been watching Max Holloway the whole time, bro. He's really been like that the whole time. I have never
time.
seen a more polished Max Holloway in
Nope.
my life than
And
Saturday
I
night.
knew, bro,
dude.
you have to understand, though, like, when you're talking about striking, like, this should make sense to anybody that's played a sport. When you're practicing something, right, you're shooting a basketball, you could shoot a basketball. As soon as there's a hand in your face, a defender in your face, you rush it. You rush the shot. The same way that Gaethje could practice all day. I could practice all day. He'll never be what Max Holloway is as a striker because he's a wrestler.
No,
That's what
he's
he learned
haymakers.
first. He has
Yeah.
a
I said that
tenseness
last
about
week.
him. And then, two, you have
He's not even a
one or
wrestler,
two punches.
bro.
That's
He's-
how he's able to knock people
He
out.
was a wrestler, which is
He
so
can land
weird.
takedown
Bro.
defender. He's the
We-
ultimate takedown
did-
defender.
I said last week.
Didn't I
said last
call
week, Gaethje
Justin
is gonna throw one
Gaethje
punch
Chuck
for every
Liddell,
5 of
just the
Max's.
smaller one?
And Gaethje's gonna hit hard as a motherfucker, but Max is gonna hit him 5 times for every time Gaethje throws one, and somebody's gonna die. I said it wasn't gonna go the distance. That was my actual bet. I thought
Hey, and
Gaethje
it-
would win.
it
Don't get me
hit.
wrong, but my
that
actual
was
what I
crazy.
put money on was
One
that
of
it
my
wouldn't go the
bets hit
distance,
was that.
and he left a second on the clock. It did not go the fucking
Charles
distance.
Oliveira, bro. God bless it. If Charles Oliveira just, that's all we needed.
I know.
That's all we
I
needed.
didn't think that was even a
Come on,
split
man.
decision, though, bro. Like, you can't win 4 minutes and 30 seconds of a fight, and one guy, great submission attempt, but bro had his thumbs up the second
won the
the clock
first.
ended, he was up with both his hands. You're gonna call it a split decision? Get the F out of here, bro. That's recency bias because you saw the last 30 seconds. You decided to ignore the first 4 minutes when he was elbowing Charles repeatedly in the head, putting submissions on him. Like, the judging in UFC,
Yeah,
bro,
listen,
so
I
bad, and
didn't.
that's
I
the
didn't
main
question the
reason.
decision. I kind
But,
of
hey,
understood
whoa.
the split.
Is it recency bias, or are they saying that the later in the fight, the later rounds are worth more? Like, if you're doing that at the end of the third or the end of the fifth, the end of the fight, that in a judge's eyes is worth more than if you did that off of a fresh tank in the beginning of the first round.
It's not.
No, it's because
not
it's Charles
worth,
Oliveira.
No, it's not worth more, but just common sense.
And be honest,
it's the most recent
Charles
thing
Oliveira,
that they're seeing. So if they're seeing
Charles
He's
Oliveira
so
was
dangerous
that
to
close
coach.
from winning the fight in the first round. 2 minutes
Yeah,
in,
he
he was
was.
that close.
and it's
like,
crazy he got out of that.
and
That's what nobody's
Bro,
talking
like,
about. That's fucking.
I
It
know
was
he
that
does,
close.
though. Listen,
That
all you gotta
close.
do, just go back, Dunbar. If you want to see the best fight you'll ever see in your entire life, you specifically, somebody that would like wrestling and grappling, go back and watch Mateus Gamrot versus Arman Sarukian. It is one of the greatest. You'll see some of the greatest scrambles you'll ever see in your life, bro.
Bro.
It's insane, bro.
You
it's
know-
an amazing fight.
It wasn't talked about
Said
a lot
greatest
in the betting,
fight.
in the betting, with
Robbie
what you guys
Lawler.
said. I didn't
Grappling.
see
Rory
this fight,
McDonald.
promoted a lot, but Jury
Jiri Prohaska.
Yuri
that dude
Prohaska.
had, like,
He shouldn't have been a
Bro.
fucking underdog.
He like blew out his
I didn't get
Achilles
that
or
one.
some shit in like the first round, bro.
His leg was
like,
broken.
broken in the first round, bro. He couldn't stand. Still knocked that dude out, bro. That fight card they put together was bro.
Walked him down.
That was a
Didn't just knock him out. Walked him down for real.
Yes.
Like in his face still.
Yes.
Bro, here's why Yuri
Knee
is.
leg busted.
Here's why he's so dangerous. He doesn't defend anything. He doesn't defend headshots. He doesn't. He damn sure doesn't
eats
check
shit.
fucking kicks. He
eats
has no
shit.
defense whatsoever. It's just my best defense is I'm going to.
Well, he
kill
has
you.
good head movement.
After that win,
And
I think he
footwork.
has 24 wins, and I think 20 of them are knockouts. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He just kills you. He just throws and kills you. And he shouldn't have been an underdog in that fight. That didn't make sense.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
So, fellas, I gotta ask one question. I'm gonna ask you guys this because he mentioned it after he knocked Jamal Hill out. That shit was just amazing. Also, the way that he tells.
He's not going to be able to fight because he broke his toe, so they won't let him
Yeah,
fight.
no. I'm not saying in Brazil that that's out of the question. That's dumb to even think about him
Would be
fighting
cool.
again. But Alex Pereira going to heavyweight and fighting John Jones. Would that not intrigue anybody?
Lord, it's me again. Can we please
Like-
shut this Alex Pereira motherfucker up? For God's sake. Please,
Nah,
God.
he's gonna.
It's
He
me
would
again.
probably
Please.
beat Bones. He
Please
might
let
fuck around and-
Bones cook whatever
There
steroids
it
he
is.
needs.
There it
to
is.
just sit this
There
man
it is.
down.
There it is. Right
Bro,
there. There's
I'm over
somebody
here
that would say it. There's somebody that would say it.
I'm the one I was the one glamoring about one person being a better striker than the other, and I didn't give the correct credence to Poton. I really didn't.
Bro, I saw a post that said
unbelievable.
like Alex Pereira's entire UFC career is based on get back. This
Well,
dude is
bro,
out here
he got-
getting back everybody. He got
that's
Izzy. He went and got Izzy because Izzy
Wow.
said something about him. Right?
That's up for debate, but how that ended.
Whatever. He went, he got Jamal Hill and Yuri out of here because they beat Glover. Who else beat Glover?
Let me just say, shout
John
out
Jones
to
beat Glover, bro.
Shout
I'm
out
just saying.
shout out to
Get
Isra
that game
Adesanya.
for real.
Isra Adesanya stone cold starched that guy, who was like
Yeah.
215 fucking pounds on fight night, bro. Isra Adesanya, when he went to 205, weighed in at like
Yeah.
196. He didn't even make weight at
194.
205.
194.
Starched him cold, ended him sleepless on the ground, put 3 arrows into him. That's a showman. That's a showman, bro. That's what a fighter is, bro. People hate on him.
So
Anyway,
Weirdos.
back to Riley's original question.
Scheffler?
The easier money is Scotty Scheffler because that's world number 1, and he's our right now, this generation, right now, that's Tiger Woods.
Okay, calm down.
Right now, is
No.
anybody close?
I mean, but I'm saying
That doesn't
in our
matter.
lifetime-
I'm not
Before, though,
I'm
it
saying
is
this generation.
what-
This generation.
Yeah, but
Tiger
this
Woods.
generation-
Okay,
this
Tiger
generation always
Woods
has
won the
Rory,
Masters
too,
by 12
right?
strokes.
Rory has
Let me
no
just say-
shit.
hold on.
Nobody's winning the
You're
Masters
right.
by 12
Okay,
strokes, guys.
But
That's what I mean.
Rory
The
struggled with
dominance of
cuts.
Tiger Woods, is the single most dominant sport, period, ever.
Well, it was
You think
beyond just a
Tiger
moment.
Woods is more dominant in his sport than Floyd Mayweather?
Michael
Yes.
Phelps.
In the short time period, guys. You guys need to go look at Tiger Woods from
I'm
98
aware.
to 02.
I'm aware.
I don't think you are.
No, I am. Tiger Woods is the greatest
I
golfer that's
don't
ever
think-
lived.
I mean,
and Scotty
it
Scheffler is the greatest
I'm not
golfer
gonna lie,
alive
it is-
right
don't
now.
think you are.
Yeah, it is a debate because there was a year, bro. Tiger Woods won like over 50% of the tournaments he was in. I don't know if you
He won
truly
like
understand
30
how
tournaments. He
insane
won
that
like
is. Out of like
Bro,
out of like
bro,
62.
Am I speaking
He
of
won
language?
the
Tiger Woods
Masters
is the
by
greatest golfer
12
that's ever
strokes.
lived. Scotty
Bro,
Scheffler is the greatest golfer playing right now.
Michael Jordan.
It's
Jokic.
not close though.
Michael Jordan, Jokic.
No,
That's
we don't
not
compare
close.
them. We don't compare them. We just don't compare them.
I don't think we compare these two either.
We can't. That's
not
what I'm
yet,
saying.
yeah, right.
Like,
Well,
nah.
but that's the
You
thing,
can't
though.
say
That's
generation's Tiger Woods. Like,
that's the thing with golf, though. Is like a lot of these guys come for a moment. Like you know how good Rory McIlroy is. Guess what? It's been 10 years since he's won a major. Jordan Spieth, bro, he shot
Oh.
a 9 on hole 15. This dude was supposed to be the prodigy. By the time he was 24, he had a Masters, a U.S. Open. He had all types of shit. These guys are here for the moment. You let me know when they're doing it for 15 years straight. Then
We're
we'll have
doing it
that
for
conversation.
3 or 5.
Scoot's the only one who
3,
can.
5, right? Like I'm talking 15 years, the best.
like back you saying that Tiger, like it's the same, bro. To in the same time frame, it's like a 5-year time frame. Scotty Scheffler would have to win literally 28 of the next 56 events to like have the same winning like percentages Tiger Woods did.
Bro,
like,
motherfuckers don't even understand the amount
You're
of
just
golf
reading
Tiger
too
was
deep
playing
into
back
this.
then.
What I meant when I said that was Tiger Woods was
Was
the
money,
greatest
yes,
golfer
bro, like,
playing golf,
yeah.
and right now Scotty Scheffler is the greatest golfer playing golf.
He's the world #1, and it ain't close.
It's really
ain't.
not.
Rory McIlroy, it ain't.
Rory's number
Adberg
2, which is
or
crazy.
Dono.
I just, I don't understand the golf thing because of the PGA and Live shit. I'll be honest with you guys. So
Here's
yeah,
all you need to know. There was
I don't understand.
nobody
Like, do you
from
count Live guys
anywhere
in the
on the
best
top
golfers
10
in the
of that
world?
fucking
No,
league.
but
Like,
you can't, you can't, and this is why. It's the same reason, just like Eddie Alvarez, even though he got knocked out after he said this about Conor McGregor. It's a lot harder to wake up at 6 a.m. when you have $500 million in the bank. And just like these guys, Cameron Smith was the only one to talk about it this week. And he said, yeah, when I got that money, I got lazy. Like, I had to get my game back.
Yeah, bro, your
Why do you
shit's
think
on
none
the
of the
team.
LIV guys
He's
are
speaking
good?
for all of us, bro. You think I'm ass crack of dawn if I got fucking $500 million in a checking account? Yeah, suck my dick, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hell
speaking
no.
of
And the
that,
tournaments
I'll say
they're
this.
playing are for nothing.
Yo,
They're not playing for anything in tournaments, so it means nothing. That
Hey.
competitive edge, bro, that wakes you up every morning, they don't have it.
So this is just a neat tidbit, kind of off topic. My cousin runs track at North Allegheny, and at practice, they were at track practice. Guess who showed up to throw?
North Allegheny.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russ, Muth. A couple of the guys, and Russ talked to the North Allegheny track team and stuff after practice. I don't know, kind of cool. Guys on the grind, even when they do got a bag.
That's
Something-
a Walter Payton Man of the Year winner, bro. He really gives back to the community. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, something neat, something positive to talk about.
Hey,
not
buddy,
so much.
We're not
laziness.
shitting on Russ on this goddamn show anymore.
No, for sure. I'm just saying positive in the athletes. They get a bag and they're not just done.
Oh, no, they exist.
Right.
That's why we are here.
Right.
Well, I think the best athletes, bro, like Edson Barbosa, when he finishes somebody, he looks at the camera and goes,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that
like,
do that.
he's always humble, bro. It ain't me. Nah, I did it. That's cool. But, like, you can't get too much into your ego, bro, or else you just, you stray too far from reality.
Hey, and just real quick, my bet of the week was money line for the Birmingham Stallions.
We all won.
which cashed,
We all won.
except Charles Oliveira won too.
no.
Oh.
Lost by a point.
Was that yours?
Yeah.
No, yours was Scheffler.
Yeah, it was a. Then he
Yeah,
said
yeah,
Scheffler. He
yeah.
said He wasn't confident in that.
We kind of got.
I did Aljamain Sterling
But I
that
changed it to
hit.
Jamal
He
Hill
did
as a-
Stallions that hit.
The
I thought
Stallions
you
And
did Scheffler.
Bro, Stallions and the over both cashed. I'm
Yo,
telling you
overs.
that right
All I
overs
know
were hot
is,
in UFL
all
this
I
weekend,
know
buddy.
is, bet of the week. It's gonna be already passed, but Heat over Sixers. I'm putting it out there. He's gonna get the 7 seed. We're shutting the Knicks. All that hype about the fucking Knicks being back, shutting that down.
Jalen
Heat
Brunson coming for
Nation.
next.
You know what it is? Jimmy Butler, you haven't played all fucking year. It's time for you to play now, buddy.
Yeah, no time like the present, pal. No time like the present. But no, I'm really enjoying the UFL. You know, it wasn't off a complete whim. You know, obviously Skip Holtz fan. That's what drew me to the Birmingham Stallions, and you know, following them this year up to this point is awesome. I mean, dude, they're unstoppable. They are firing, dude, and it is cool to watch. So I don't know if the rest of you guys are really watching much, but I mean,
It's fire, dude. And games are never done.
I don't have anything to watch.
I would
Teams
love
are
for
down
them to
13,
do-
14 points, and then fucking there's
The
less than a
guys
minute
I
left on the
want
clock,
to
and they go
play
back and
just
they win,
aren't
dude.
playing. The guys I want to play just aren't playing.
who do you want to play, Avery?
I just want to see the guys from ECU get some PT, bro. Like,
Here's an interesting theory. How
That's
many
all.
guys? I got you. How many guys do you guys think that are going to be fringe draft, undrafted NFL players that are going to have to choose between an undrafted contract with the Seahawks versus a potential starting gig in the UFL?
Shit, ask AJ
bro,
McCarron.
you know
AJ
what?
McCarron
You know what
left
the league
NFL
minimum
to
is.
go
You know
start
what
in
the
fucking
rookie
St.
minimum
Louis.
is. Versus
Well, I
probably,
know,
like,
but you have to know if you're gonna there's a reason that Julian Edelman's agent and Julian wanted to go to the Packers because they needed a slot receiver. What if the only team offering you has 4 receivers? You know they're all better than you, and you're probably gonna just get cut in training camp. Like, is it gonna make more sense
Bro.
maybe just?
Yeah, but
you'll play special teams.
Yeah.
You know how many
promise
rookies
you.
You'll
get
take that
cut?
league
this is
minimum.
what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You get cut.
You know how many
Listen.
rookies decide they don't want to play special teams?
Hey, what happens if you get cut?
Well, go ahead and
If
tell
you
you,
get
bro.
cut- if you get cut off that NFL roster, you could drop him, go be a practice squad player potentially faster than going from a UFL player to a practice squad player to a play. You see what I'm saying?
Practice
I feel
squad
like-
guys
I
still
mean, I
get
could
6
be-
figures.
Exactly. I could be, you know, speaking
And you're
out
into
of the
pension.
side of my head here, but period point blank, the goal is to be at the NFL level, even if that means you get cut. Because when does the UFL they have?
Yeah, but the UFL is going on right now, so you could technically play like the week after the draft.
That's what what I'm saying is
You'd have to wait for training camp, and then if you get cut, then you got to hope that team didn't sign somebody like, bro, it's
Spring
a hard knock
football,
life
though.
out here.
yeah.
Spring football, though, like, it's done before July, August.
Yeah.
Right, so it would almost be no reason if you believed in your talents to not go to the UFL first, to show, hey, here's me one
But-
step up.
but
If you don't
hold on,
really
time
believe in
out.
me.
They already
doesn't
have
work like that.
OTAs and rookie mini camps and shit like that already going
Yeah, but
on.
they're
Like,
not going to be starting
Bro,
players.
but you're talking
so-
about this. You're talking about this though. If I was a college player, right, and I wait till the draft happens, I get drafted in the 6th round. I ride till the season, bro. I'm just going to play spring football the next year. I just didn't play football in the fall. Right?
Yeah, you
That's what we're
still
talking-
get a
that's
rookie
what we're-
guaranteed contract if you get drafted in the 6th.
No,
You know?
I agree with y'all.
That's what we're
I'm just
talking
trying
about,
to-
though, right?
I'm
Like,
just trying to offer a different.
there
But the
isn't
people-
there isn't a devil's advocate
the
to
people
this,
signing
Ronnie.
these
Like,
But
contracts
why? That would
already
be
went
what
in
the
the
whole
draft
reason why
and
this.
already
That's the whole
didn't
point of
get
this
drafted
league
or
is
didn't
to
get
have
picked
something
up,
like
though,
that.
right?
What?
The people that are going to the UFL already didn't get drafted or got cut and are playing in the spring, correct?
Yeah.
So
For the most part.
isn't that the only thing you got? Didn't you already try the other way?
I think Ronnie is trying to discount like how hard it is to learn a system, like playbooks and shit like that. Like,
Bro, I just think
No, I'm not trying to
motherfuckers
discount that
can't
at
just
all.
like,
I think that
motherfuckers
you
can't
guys-
just like go
You guys
in and
are
out
acting
of
like
different.
You motherfuckers got options. Like there's just gonna be teams calling. Like, bro, Tim Tebow was getting a fucking job before Jacoby Brissett or da-da-da-da or da-da-da-da. Like, bro, how many quarterbacks can I go through right now that you'll say to yourself, how many players? Why is Jarvis Landry not on a team? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Is there how many receivers on a team? 5, 6 per team, 32 teams. Why isn't he on a team, guys? Why is he on a team? If it's so easy to get
Jarvis
on a team.
Landry is 35 years old, Ronnie.
He's not 35. He's not 35.
He's in his
I
30s.
guarantee you Jarvis Landry is not 35 years
I
old.
bet you he's 33
32
at least.
At least 32.
33 at least.
Okay, but if he what was his last? Well, let's see first.
I'm
But
not saying
he's not
any good.
Okay, there you go.
Jarvis Landry's 31.
No.
What you want to know? So what you want to know? What? So
So
what you want to know? So what you want to know?
$1 million.
What do you want to know?
Bro,
What do you want to know?
I'm saying
His
I'm
last
telling you, you end
year-
up going to a team and politics.
His
fucks you
last
over,
year-
you're out the league. You're out the league.
His
You
last
go
year
into a
with the
team that actually
Browns.
cared about you. and you
12
balled out.
games.
And you
12
balled out.
games with the Browns. 52 catches, 570 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Sheesh, that's a lot. But with the Browns too, that's way better than a lot of receivers I know. Calvin Austin didn't give us that.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Quez Watkins though, and who else did we sign? Who was Van Jefferson?
Jarvis
Politics.
Landry
Politics.
on the New Orleans Saints in 2022.
I mean, bro,
I'm just saying, if you think
if-
that a
if-
guy is
Hold on,
Nine
time out, time out.
games.
being a
If
fringe
Dion-
roster player versus a promising
25
If
for
Dion-
Wait, hold on, hold on.
272.
What I'm talking about happened. AJ McCarron.
Bro,
I
listen
didn't
to
even
me.
think about this. It literally happened.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
That's what I said initially. He left the league to go play in the UFL because he knew he'd
Right.
start.
yeah.
Boom. Thank you.
I mean, bro, I didn't say. I'm saying, but these people were already cut by the UFL. It's not like they were like, "Huh, do I go play in the UFL or do I go to the draft?" They're not making that choice.
How do you know what they're thinking?
I'm saying that's not a choice. That choice doesn't get made.
What do you mean?
He's asking
Hold on.
if kids
Do you
who
know
are
that there's
finishing
guys-
their college
do you know how
career, are
Kenny
they going to go
Moore-
and play in the
I'm
spring
sorry,
ball, or they're just going to wait it out and hope to get drafted? Essentially.
Hold on. Do you guys realize that there's college players that go to the UFL
To-
and
to
then
make
go to
money.
the NFL draft from the UFL?
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, they signed 120 XFL players last year.
And then there's the next point. So why wouldn't you? Right? Like I don't understand. I don't know. Like if you have the opportunity though, and it's there, you go take that opportunity.
bro, because
right?
if I'm better than you, but you were a 3rd round pick, I'm out the door.
I think half that's going to
Period.
be their agents saying, like, hey, man, just a heads up. You know, we're not exactly, like, fielding a ton of fucking calls for you right now. Like, we don't have a real idea of where or if you might get drafted. Like, maybe call fucking Houston.
No.
dude.
I'm talking about after the draft.
Oh, well, fuck, they don't even start training for spring ball until fucking, I mean, like,
After
Right,
the
so why
Super
wouldn't you
Bowl,
go?
yeah.
Why wouldn't you just try to? If you could get on a, I mean, yeah, you might not be able to play this year or something, but if you have nothing, why wouldn't you go?
That's what I'm saying. But the draft already happened. The season already happened. It's not like these dudes are on NFL rosters going, you know what? I'm gonna jump off this NFL roster right now, and maybe it happened at the quarterback position, which in my opinion is a little bit different. Just
When does the UFL
but-
season end?
May.
yeah, it's short.
Do you
There's
know,
only
like,
8 teams.
I was
I think
just,
they
I'm
only-
just
I think they
You
curious.
only
gonna play
play
Okay.
10
What you gonna
games.
play 3 weeks?
Yeah.
You play 3 weeks of football? Like,
Yeah, I think they only play 10
And
games.
the
Call me
draft
out
is
for
in the
return.
middle of it, is what I'm
like,
saying.
come on, bro.
The draft is in the middle of it, is all I'm saying. The draft is next week. UFL week 4 is next week as well.
How many weeks are there though?
7,
10.
8,
I think
You
10.
just
Come
said
on,
it.
look-
8 or 10 plus 2 weeks of the playoffs, I believe.
Okay, so you
Pretty
did
sure it's
what,
just a
4?
10-week season, bro.
So you'd have 6 weeks plus 2 more weeks. to show why you could get on an NFL roster. I don't know why y'all think this is so crazy. People join. Literally,
It's
Baker
not cra-
Mayfield.
they're- NFL
think
NFL
they
teams
play.
are gonna sign players, but there's
I'm
it's not
sa-
like there's
I'm-
kids like scratching their heads like, do I go and wait out the draft or do I play spring ball? Like that decision gets made for them when they don't make a team. That's the only reason. Nobody has ever
Yeah, but what if you decide
People
in the
aren't-
beginning
what
of
if you
their
decide not to go play
pro
spring
career,
ball?
just after college,
Ronnie
nobody
is
has ever,
suggesting
ever,
you
ever
need to
saying,
take a
"I'd rather play
UFL
spring ball."
contract over a rookie undrafted free agent
That's
contract.
not what I'm saying. No, now you're putting words in my mouth. That's
No.
not what I'm saying.
That's literally what it
Bro,
sounds
you said
like.
after the draft.
That's not what I
People
said.
aren't playing.
What you
people
said about-
aren't
That's what it
holding
says.
out-
So make it clear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I
I was
already did.
confused.
That's
I can't
what,
hear you,
like-
bro. Avery is literally too loud. I can't hear you.
I was confused.
He's saying the same thing I'm saying.
Bro, listen. I'm saying this. People aren't going, all right, I'm going to wait out, see if I get drafted, where I get drafted. Oh, I got drafted in the 6th round. I think I'm going to go play UFL week 5 instead.
Obviously.
Right. So if they
You're
go
a
through the
draft
draft
pick.
process,
There's
just wait, just
actual
time out.
politics
Just time out.
involved.
Can I finish? So if they go through the draft process, right, and then they get signed or they don't get signed, right? The season happened. It's April. Season happened September to or August to February. Yes, they'll probably, if they're not on a team, then yeah, they'll go play in the UFL at that point. They're not just going to keep grinding and working and not play in the UFL. Absolutely.
Wait, you're saying come when?
After the football NFL season, if you're not on a team, isn't that the next step is going to play?
Yeah,
in the
but bro,
UFL?
who has the money to sit around and do that through the whole year without being on a team? Like, imagine Joe Milton doesn't get drafted. Let's just say hypothetically.
Right.
And then next week, Matt Corral gets hurt, and then the next guy gets hurt, and they call Joe Milton. They say, "Yo, can you come be our quarterback for 6 weeks?" He's gonna talk to his agent and say,
Well, it's a
"Is
good
this
thing-
worth it for me? Is it gonna boost me and maybe get me to a thing, or do you think we should wait around with no money and wait for a quarterback to get hurt in training camp?" Like, you're nuts if you think that's not a conversation.
Hey,
you're nuts if you think that's not a conversation.
What I'm saying is, it's a good thing if that happens next week, that the draft is next week, and we probably should pretty much know where we're going if we're Joe Milton. That's all I'm saying. I understand
no.
what you're
Are
getting
you
at.
kidding?
But hold on, time out.
Brock
Where does
Purdy was the
declaring for the
last
draft
pick.
come
Do
in?
you
Where does
understand
declaring for the
difference
NFL
between
draft
him
come
being
into
drafted
this?
and undrafted?
Hey, where does declaring for the draft come into this? That might play a part. You might if you declare for the draft, you might have to go into the draft. You might not be able to go play in the UFL until after the draft.
Another
I don't know how it
conversation.
works.
Do you want to go back to school, or would you rather go to the UFL? Bro, they're all conversations.
Do you
Y'all
see
acting
what I'm
like
saying,
this is
though?
just some outrageous thing that can't happen is ridiculous.
Did you hear what I said though about declaring? So you
What?
declare for the NFL draft, right? Are
Right.
you then like you can't go compete?
I don't know.
You know
I
what I
don't
mean? Right.
But I'm
That
just
might
saying
be
it's
the
another
case.
conversation. Like, there definitely would be talking about this. Joe Milton would, just for instance, I'm just using
No,
Joe
I
Milton as an example.
understand exactly.
He would have to say to his agent, "What if we go to the UFL and I bomb? Now I really might not get a shot in training camp." Do you think that's more worth it? Or do you think, like, what are we here for? How much do I believe in myself? What do I think's the best option for me? Like, bro,
I'm 100%
we're
with
talking
you.
about
I know exactly what
fringe.
you're talking
I
about.
said I started this with fringe roster players, and Avery over there talking about draft picks.
Bro,
Fuck out of here, bro.
but
That's not
I'm
what I was
saying,
Not even
listen.
close.
I'm saying it might,
I literally said undrafted free agent contract.
bro. I said,
But
all
you
I'm
heard what
saying
you
is-
heard, so that's why I shut the fuck up. Because you still haven't said what you wanted
Bro,
to say. Like,
all I'm saying
just-
is, bro. All I'm saying is
next
period,
topic. Let me know when we switch.
Period. Point blank. All I'm saying is that you might have to, when you declare for the NFL draft, you might not be eligible to play in the UFL at that point. So what I'm saying is you declare
Maybe.
for the draft, that conversation's out the door. Like that conversation
Okay,
happened when
maybe.
you declared for the draft. You know what I mean?
Maybe
But
I would probably
I
doubt
think we
that.
should definitely move out of the UFL, move into the meat and potatoes of this episode a little bit here, and that's what's coming up next week, the NFL draft. I'm sure we have a lot of main ideas about these beginning picks, and I mean, I don't know. I think I've got a pretty good idea of the beginning of this draft and how it could go. I'm interested to hear what everybody else thinks this evening and how that could go. But, Bears right now on the clock, number 1 overall. I think it's pretty clear, especially getting rid of Justin Fields the way they did. I think they're going Caleb Williams. Is that unanimous here?
Yeah, you'd
Anybody
have to
think they're going anywhere else?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to fucking have any weird arguments there. Boy, they are a bad organization, but boy, would it be fucking stupid to go anywhere but Caleb Williams, that number 1 pick.
0% chance that happens.
That's what I mean.
What about you, Avery? What do you think?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be Caleb Williams as much as Hey, Caleb Williams, man.
Number 1 overall, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it's gonna be
the
obvious.
exalted, quote unquote.
And then it gets real weird at 2. Then it could just go fucking anywhere at 2.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna
You're
go.
gonna figure out what Dan Quinn is about.
It's gonna go quarterback, and
Yeah,
sure.
no, it's
Caleb
definitely going
Williams.
quarterback, but it's the selection of quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who
I
does
don't
he
think
go
it should
for?
be.
Like,
I don't think it should be, but if I'm a betting man, and I'll find the line on it. I'm sure there is one.
okay, well, you're not a betting man,
Drake
so tell
May
me.
will get drafted by the Washington Commanders,
Yeah.
and Dan Quinn will get fired because of it.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. That's some shit I like to hear.
I think that it should be Jaden Daniels or Michael Penix, period, point blank. But it'll be Drake May, based off of the pedigree. Yeah, Ronnie.
Yeah, and age
count.
too. Hey,
Yeah,
that
it
age.
count.
I've already said this, but I'll just say it again just to have it on record. I do truly believe that if Drake May had the opportunity to sit for a year or two somewhere, that he could be good in the NFL.
Oh, 100%
But he's
agree.
going to be the day one starter in Washington.
agree.
He's going to stink as a
I
result.
think that's
if he
what the
sits for
conversation
6
is
games,
around
8
him right now,
games,
though.
He could be good.
I think that's why.
Who's
I
he
think
gonna
that the
sit
Patriots-
behind?
Jake Fromm.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know
not
who he's
happening.
going to
Yeah.
sit
They
behind.
wouldn't
I
have got rid of Sam Howell if they were going to sit him for
Bro,
a year.
I'm
If you want my
100% with
honest
you.
opinion,
Which that was
if
confusing.
they
me
were
too.
going to
They
sit
got-
him for a year,
The fact that
they
they
wouldn't
got
have
rid of Sam
Howell.
Howell, very confusing to me.
Very.
But
very
that's why-
confusing.
That's why I'm so glad that I'm not
You're-
going to mention the team. I'm not going to mention the team name, but I'm just glad that my coach on my team just plays the best play ever. Don't care if we have 2 number 1s at quarterback. We'll let them decide. But a lot of these teams, you know why they don't want Sam Howell? Because Sam Howell can sling the rock a little bit. And if Drake May comes in there and Sam Howell's slinging the rock and Drake May's not, now your quarterback's confidence is shook and it's going to ruin him. Like, bro,
Bro,
that's
they
going to ruin him.
they played at Carolina together. I'm
Bro.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sure Sam Howell
Had
recruited
to have.
Drake May. Like,
I had to.
I don't see that like being a bad pairing. I just don't
Bro,
understand it.
and
Yeah,
let me
I
ask
don't
you
know why
guys
they
this.
got rid
I
of
mean,
Sam Howell at all.
I know why. You know, you get a new GM and a new coach, they want their guy. That's
guy.
all it is. That's
But,
all
bro,
it
if he
is.
was
That's
gonna
that goes
fold-
revolves back to that dumb shit. Revolves
his-
back to the Bears not keeping Justin Fields. Like,
Yeah,
I just think if you're gonna fold under pressure like that, anyways, better to
It's-
know it sooner than later.
You know what it is? Bottom line, it's the reactive nature. They're like, oh, it wasn't the best. It wasn't perfect. So instead of being proactive and looking at the whole situation, they're just reactive. They're like, oh, gotta change. Gotta move.
No, yeah,
Gotta fire the coach.
it's
gotta,
the-
like, bro.
It's the dated
let
mentality
it
of
sit.
something needs fixed here rather than, something needs fixed and replaced here rather than why can't we just coach these guys? Because that's what our job is. Like, you're telling me Sam
Yeah,
Howell had
it's-
no
the
potential?
player isn't
That's
talented.
horseshit. You can't tell me Sam
Player's
Howell had
not
no
talented.
potential. He threw for 4,000 yards, bro. That's not you can't tell me he had no fucking potential.
Right.
Not enough to
Well, a lot
pawn
of
him
people-
off
a
after
lot of
one
people-
fucking year.
A lot of people would say that's the B enemy system also.
I mean, I
Absolutely.
think he has
And it
potential.
very
I mean,
well might have been. Very well might have been.
Is that guy still unemployed?
Yeah.
Probably.
Holy
you know.
moly.
bro.
Yeah.
Why didn't he
Justin
go down to
Fields
the
went for a
UFL?
6.
Run a team.
Fields went for a 6. Howell and Pickett went for more than that. Like, that alone should tell you, though, how fucked up this thinking is for the NFL right now.
Yeah, but
It's
but,
all about money. Oh, one guy has 2 years on his contract, where this guy only
Well,
has
bro,
1. We don't want to
you know,
have to deal
talking
with that
about the
come the end of
draft,
the season.
Bro, talking about the draft, the fact that Deion Sanders came out and said that those 2 gentlemen that are going in the draft next year are only going to go to a handful of select teams is wild. Like,
I'm just saying, I have a wild conspiracy theory about the 2025 NFL draft that we'll get into, whenever we get into it.
yeah.
I have a wild conspiracy. Oh, yeah.
Does it come from Timmy? Have you heard Timmy's conspiracy?
Oh, man. Timmy and me kind of like are on the same wavelength, bro. Like, me and him, we were talking about that, but it's like the
It's all
same.
schemed to
We
get
were
him to the
talking,
Cowboys.
bro. So, fuck it. I'll get into it. The Dallas Cowboys are about to sell out. Dallas Cowboys will be one of the worst teams in the NFL next year. They're going to bottom out. Watch. It's going to happen. To the point where they'll have a top 5 pick. I think they're going to be the worst team personally. I think they're going to get number 1.
Bro, and they're already starting
at least
the bad.
2.
Wait, time out. They're starting.
And guess
the
what?
Negative media about Micah Parsons.
They hate Dak.
Right now.
They hate it. They hate Michael Parsons and Dak, bro. You can't tell me between those two guys you won't get another top 5 pick. Maybe even 2 top 10s. Just saying. That seems like enough that you could get Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. And I don't know. Maybe Mike McCarthy's not there anymore either. Because, he can't win shit. Yeah. Guess who else is, Dion will just bring his ass on up there too. Holy shit. Look, it's a family fucking reunion.
This year. Why they don't want to spend too much money this year. Because they're like, man, we're starting over.
I'm double cupped up on a Tuesday, guys. And it's water. It's literally a block of ice and water, bro.
I'll tell you, I would love to see the Cowboys stink. I love the beginning of that.
Yeah. Like, I'm not tripping. I'm sorry. I'm not tweaking or tripping.
I have a question that people don't talk about with Shedeur Sanders. Is it just me or is he slow as dirt?
It's just you.
Mobile when needed.
Yeah, I don't think he's slow as dirt.
Mobile when needed.
We've seen him slow as dirt. Shedeur Sanders is not slow as dirt.
Bro, Andrew Luck was mobile when needed, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it was necessary. Like in college it didn't look fast.
Hey, bro, Andrew Luck got one of the toughest college highlights where he is bowling over a fucking 260-pound linebacker.
Who looked
I remember vividly during the collegiate season, people were like, yo, he does not have Deion speed, bro. If you go to Twitter, just go to Twitter.
You realize Deion Sanders ran a 4.2 40, right?
Bro, just stop.
Yeah, but I don't think Shedeur ran a 4.4.
Shedeur, bro. What quarterback is moving better than Shedeur, I guess is what I'm saying.
In college, I don't know if you want to have that discussion. There's gonna be a
lot.
Why,
Ronnie? Do you think he gets sacked? Do you think he gets sacked?
Sanders?
Hold up, Riley. Getting sacked. It has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with numbers. Watching him play, he was getting hawked down, bro, when he was running the football. Like, he just wasn't. I wasn't the only one that saw it. I promise you, bro. If you go, I've seen scouts talking about it, like just the way he runs. Like,
does he need to be a scrambler? Why has he got to be a scrambler?
No, you're right.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think he's slow as dirt. I certainly don't believe that.
Nah, I bet you if he had to run a 40, he's running 4.5, 4.6.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we mad at a 4.5 or a 4.6?
I was just making sure motherfuckers didn't think that he was running 4.3s or something.
No, I don't think he's Lamar by any stretch. Absolutely not.
He doesn't play like that.
All right, back to this year. Back to this year. Bring it back.
Yeah, man.
This year's draft.
Like number two though, like Drake Maye's going number 2, but we all wanted to be Jaden Daniels
or Michael Penix, to be honest with you.
Yeah, or Penix. Like I think Penix. Josh hates it, but I think Penix is number 2.
Hey,
I think he's the second best quarter. You hate Michael Penix, bro.
We went over our top 3. I had Penix number 2.
Yeah.
Nah, that's facts. It was the Washington thing. It's the Washington thing.
I don't know if y'all caught his fucking pro day, but he moves. Okay. I can't tell his knee's been reconstructed 3 fucking times. He moves, and he makes every fucking throw.
Y'all know Greg Cosell? I think it's Howard Cosell's like nephew or son or something, but he does. He breaks down film for the NFL. He's always on like different talk shows.
He's on NFL Network. He's on NFL Network and stuff like that.
Yes. And They were talking about like John Facenda. Avery will know about this shit. Like John Facenda back in the day, and Steve Sable, who used to do the NFL films. And Rich Eisen asked Greg Cosell. He said, "Who's the guy in this draft that you just would want to film his spiral? Like, you know, in the air that John Facenda would be saying."
Michael Penix.
He said, without a doubt, Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
He said
He throws the best
tightest,
ball, bro. Throws the best ball.
Bro. Like,
Dog.
Yeah.
Penix played Oregon. There, the wind was 30 miles an hour. Was the ball swaying on him?
Hell no.
Because I know the offense didn't fucking change, bro. Josh, can you testify, please,
I
for
can
the
testify
people?
more than anybody, but we had a damn good organization the last couple of years. Okay, we couldn't beat that guy with the fucking lights out. Like, it was unfucking believable, dude. I'm watching it in real time. Like, I know what I'm fucking seeing. And what's crazy to me, and I guess on some level I get it, but I can't fucking stand how much guys will fall in a draft because they're 23.
No, it's
Like
not even
23. Like, that's what's old now. Like, you can't coach a fucking 23-year-old. That's crazy, dude.
It's the Michigan game. The story is that they put an NFL defense together against him and made him check down and make reads, and he couldn't do it. It's like, bro, there was 8 fucking.
He threw for 300 yards.
Yeah.
He threw for 3 bills. Like,
and what I'm telling you is, bro, hold on, time out. Ronnie, me and Ronnie had this conversation. We were just talking about Drake Maye in this conversation, and Drake Maye was saying this, that, and the third. You're talking about what game was that when they played Michigan?
A national title game.
And I said for Drake Maye, I wanted to go watch the game he played against a regular season game against Miami, because I think that might be his best game against his best opponent. Okay? Those are 2 totally different places. Can we agree? You know what I'm saying? Like, his best game was against a ranked opponent. The other,
Pac-12 was the deepest conference in college football last year.
Was a national championship. Bro, come on, man.
Well, then the injury concerns are what else they talk about, right? But Michael Penix Jr. has played 28 straight games for Washington without one single missed.
Can we not talk like, all right, you got the 2, right? He throws the best spiral, and he's injury prone, whatever. Guess what?
His age.
That motherfucker wins, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care. He wins. That, like, those are the 3 things. Can he throw?
Do you remember when he was freestyle? You remember when we were up with fucking 18 seconds left in that fucking game in Washington, and he's sitting on the sidelines freestyle rapping with one of his fucking receivers because he knows 100% that he's about to win the fucking game with less than 30 seconds left on the clock, and he went out on the field and he won that game? I do. I remember it. I remember it clearly.
You know what the most impressive part to me is about Penix Jr. is I've seen coaches try to do this with every single quarterback. And I swear to God, brother, it's so rare that you see a guy play the way he played at Indiana, running around, making plays, and they got him to be a pocket passer. He didn't leave the pocket. With that speed, with that playmaking ability, he bought into the system, changed how he played.
Yep.
Won as a result of it.
Yes.
Y'all don't realize Michael Penix single-handedly prevented Bo Nix from winning Heisman Trophy this year, prevented the Oregon Ducks from winning not only the Pac-12 championship, but being in the fucking 4-team playoffs single-handedly.
Yes.
Single-handedly.
For maybe even the last 2 years. This year for sure.
Yeah.
This year for sure.
This year for sure.
We weren't a playoff team last year.
But if you beat them, when you beat them, I mean,
bro, 6'3", 215, 220, bro. Like,
he's the reason we're not talking about Bo Nix in this
top 5. Arm. So it's like the pedigree is completely there too. Like the only reason why he's 23-24, the only reason he's 23-24 though is just because he had those injuries and he transferred, and it's a different day and age. Maybe he got NIL money too this year.
Yeah, bro, but watch out. We'll all sit there with the same mentality of like, man, I can't fucking believe JJ McCarthy just went 15 picks
Five.
before Mike Penix.
I bet you.
I can't
bet you
believe
he
JJ
will go
McCarthy
top
went
5,
15
bro.
Alright.
picks before
All right,
Mike
so,
Penix.
So we're now on to pick
Aye.
3. We've been through 2 picks. Unfortunate that Drake May will go 2, we believe. But pick 3 is going to be
Patriots.
the Patriots.
Patriots.
And again, who do they sign for? Who's their quarterback right now?
Brissett.
Jacoby
Bailey
Brissett.
Zappi? Jacoby Brissett. Yeah.
Yep.
Brissett
Jacoby
should probably be
Brissett.
their starter. Which, hey, for
Jacoby
real,
Brissett
real
will
shit,
start.
Jacoby Brissett will win them games. Hand to God.
All right.
And if he had Marvin Harrison Jr.,
They're at least
they'd
8.
really win
They're
some
at least
games.
gonna go
Time out. If Drake May does not go to the Washington Commanders, this wouldn't be a bad situation, I don't think. Drake May goes.
No,
sits
not at all.
behind
Behind Brissett,
Jacoby
that'd be a great
Brissett.
situation.
They ain't going to let him sit, bro.
Okay.
I bet you he falls.
I was just saying.
At that point,
Right.
if Drake May doesn't go 2, no. I think he free falls.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I think
Not
it might
bad
be a Brady
position.
Quinn
Again,
situation.
Marvin Harrison Jr. with Jacoby Brissett. This is a once in a eons worth of lifetimes of picks here, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, that dude is just absolutely.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is the
phenomenal.
best football player in this draft.
Him or Brock
Right?
Bowers.
Yeah.
Bowers is pretty good, dude.
Him or Brock Bowers.
I'd still put
Nah,
Marvin.
And
Brock
I-
Bowers
hey.
is, I think's gonna free fall for no reason at all.
Bro,
Alright.
because
But
he
okay,
was
so-
not
so
valuing
who's
the tight end
Who's
position.
New England
No,
gonna
I
take?
think
Jaden
it's
Daniels.
because he's 6'2",
Jaden Daniels. You think New
6'3", and
England
they're
will take
like,
Jaden
oh,
Yeah,
Daniels?
but I
are
think
we
they're
gonna
gonna take Jaden
use
Daniels.
him?
They're
He's a
gonna
good
completely
blocker.
destroy his
Don't
career.
overthink
I
it.
think New England's going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. Who do you think they're going to take, Ronnie?
I think they go Jaden Daniels. I think that organization is. I think that there's again some politics involved where the new coach is like, look, we gotta get this ship sailing on this new. And also, my big thing with the Patriots is that the head coach said we're gonna take one of the most important players at one of the most important positions with our top 3 picks. Like he basically said, like, yeah, we're taking a quarterback.
Okay. Then
So that just my opinion.
where's 4? Who's 4?
Cardinals.
I think they take Marvin Harrison Jr. I think that's a layup.
If that, yeah, they would be sitting there salivating.
When
But
and
here's my
they
thing,
should
though. Traded.
anticipate him
Let me
being
say
there.
this up. If I'm in the draft,
they
I'd be the
traded.
guy that says, how much better, and I know he's better,
They
and I
are
know it's
shopping
probably
that
by a
pick.
lot. How much better is Marvin Harrison Jr. than Brian Thomas Jr.? What if we trade back and get an extra first-round pick? If we're really trying to build a franchise and you have a high grade on a guy like a Dunze or somebody like that, like, is the gap so big? And I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just curious your guys' opinion.
I'm
Is the
saying
gap
it is.
so big between Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison Jr.? Because let's get something straight. Marvin Harrison Jr. might not be able to take a slant 80 yards to the crib. So you got to be okay with that. He could be Michael Thomas. Brian Thomas Jr. could be A.J. Green.
Right.
You know, you're talking about big play ability. There's a reason he didn't run a 4. I'm just saying, at the NFL level,
Hey.
he might.
I don't think
What's that tape say, Ronnie?
Marvin Harrison Jr. is
I agree.
available.
I agree.
I think-
hey, bro.
I
Best
think,
tape says Randy Moss at the wide receiver position. Y'all, hey, man.
Hey, I think that a Dunze goes here. I think Harrison is gone.
3
and I
we
think
get 4.
I think Harrison's gone. Even if they move back,
You think
this
Odunze
is-
goes before Neighbors?
Yes.
I think we all think Odunze is better than Neighbors, right?
Neighbors will go before.
Maybe
That's
it's
what I'm
Neighbors
saying.
will go before because
maybe
of the
it's- bro,
size.
this is a receiver position. This
It's-
is a receiver slot. Is all I'm saying.
It's
And
yeah.
Harrison's
It's only
gone.
size. It's the 6'4", 210
Yep.
versus 6'1", 190.
Yep.
Like it's the DK Metcalf versus Michael Thomas. You know, size comparison wise,
Right.
it's about what they're gonna run. You know.
Then that brings us to 5, right?
Yep. That's the Chargers at 5.
JJ.
That's when
McCarthy.
everybody's mocking to be like the trade spot. for the
I think
Broncos
this-
to
I
go
think-
up or the Vikings to go up.
Bro, I think this is
Vikings.
Yes, I think this one will get moved 100%.
I thought you said JJ McCarthy for a second. I'm like, no.
No,
way,
no,
dude.
no. But what I'm this was a thought that transpired. Chargers move
Chargers
back.
draft JJ McCarthy, trade Herbert. No, I'm kidding. That would be insane,
Chargers
bro. I'd be
move
so
back.
happy for the AFC.
Chargers move back in a position where they could still pick up McCarthy and Blake Corum.
Why would they draft JJ McCarthy?
I mean, you're gonna need something after.
He's a
Justin
Michigan
Herbert.
man.
Bro, but
What
they
do
have
you mean?
Justin
He's
Herbert.
a Michigan
The
man.
capital you
They
need
have
to get
Justin
McCarthy
Herbert.
don't make no fucking sense.
What
Why would-
about
what do you
him?
mean? If he's the best player available, I mean, if anybody has tape on this kid, if anybody knows what he is capable of,
If anybody loves
Wait,
JJ
hold on.
McCarthy,
it is. It's
Y'all
Harbaugh.
actually think the Chargers could
Yeah,
take
but Harbaugh
McCarthy?
has already been vocal about being excited about Herbert and saying Herbert can take them
Yeah,
to
that's
the Super
fine.
Bowl.
That's fine. How long
And
is
he
the
just got
contract?
paid.
How long is that contract?
Four more years.
see it.
4 more years. Okay, in 4 years.
Bro, I think Justin Herbert's the guy
in,
that could
in 2 or
dethrone
3
Mahomes
years, if
type
it hasn't
shit with the
happened,
right
you
coaching
trade
and
Herbert.
shit.
You still got JJ McCarthy on a rookie deal.
Okay. Well, I think the Chargers are either taking Joe Alt or Brock Bowers.
I think they're moving.
Yeah, they're probably
trading.
moving.
Now, then they're going to
Yeah.
the Vikings. Personally, I think the Vikings will fuck around
If the
and be
Vikings
stupid
move
and
up-
JJ JJ McCarthy at 5.
Holy
Well,
shit.
I think it's Jaden Daniels because I still have him left on the board.
Yeah, I mean, I had Jaden Daniels going 3, by the way,
Right.
to the
We'll
Patriots.
see. I guess we're all on
And I
different
have-
pages here.
Right.
I think
right.
the Chargers keep the pick and they take Brock Bowers or Joe Alt.
I mean, we're not going to go through the whole draft this evening. We'll go through what?
That's 5 right
10.
there.
5?
We'll go through the first 10, and then we'll
And
talk
then next
about our
week we can
teams
do-
respectively.
Yeah.
We'll talk about our teams respectively.
I like it.
You know,
Plus, next Tuesday we could do. Wow, the draft's gonna be over by the time.
No, next
we'll
Tuesday we're not doing anything.
No,
we're going to be
oh.
live on Thursday
Oh.
for the draft.
All right, then yeah, that works then.
We
So-
can talk about my
Then
team
here,
really
then here.
quick. We're not going to have
What
a
about-
first round draft pick.
What if we did this? What if we did this before we got off? What if we did do a quick synopsis of our respective teams?
Yeah.
Since
We're
the
going to go
next
through
time.
the next 5 picks, and then we'll go through
All right,
who
all
I
right.
think the Steelers, who you think the Steelers. Who
thank you,
All right.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's what we're doing. That's the plan.
So
Stan.
who's 6?
So 6. Who's pick 6?
The New York Giants.
Oh man.
I think the Giants have to go. Where you go here?
I think
O-line?
the Giants are drafting Roma Dunze.
Yeah, they got to be going receiver. I think they
Right,
go
it's
Malik.
I think we
Malik
got
Neighbors just seems like a
I got
New York
Neighbors
guy,
left.
doesn't he?
I'll give him Neighbors. That makes sense.
They're gonna hit with Neighbors. He's gonna be like Odell. He'll be good for 3 years of his rookie deal and then flame the fuck out. Personally, they're gonna
wow.
take another LSU receiver.
Yep.
So
I like Neighbors.
the
there.
Titans are at 7.
The Titans at 7.
Titans are
they gotta
O-line.
go O-line here. I still got Joe Alt on the board. He's
This is-
definitely hands
yep.
down. I think the best O-lineman available or O-lineman in the draft. I think he goes here.
He's damn near best player available at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even close.
He
Yeah,
would
they're
be.
I mean they're going to take a lineman no matter what.
So there's Joe Alt.
They're going inside or outside. It doesn't matter.
It's
because
probably
that line
good.
is
That,
ravaged.
I'll use that
I-
for
yeah,
Joe
see-
Alt, and I'll say the Chargers take Bowers at 5.
I like that.
It would be Fuaga or Tuana.
Who's 8? Or
Oh,
do we
the,
steal 7?
I didn't even think about this. I forgot the
Titans are at
Chargers
7?
traded Keenan Allen, and I don't think they have Mike Williams. I don't think they are probably going to take a fucking wide receiver there.
Yep. I think the Falcons. I think who's their quarterback right now?
They go corner.
Nah, bro. I got Brock Bowers still available. They just paid their fucking quarterback, bro. You give him a weapon. Something
What?
you could
But
use
they got
right now.
Kyle
You got
Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, bro. You got Kyle Pitts. Bro, listen. You got Kyle Pitts, Brock Bauer, and
You know
Bijan
Arthur Smith is on
Robinson.
our
We're
team
running
now,
double
right?
tights. We got a quarterback that can sling the rock a little bit.
And Drake
we could,
London.
and Drake London outside. Yes, bro. What?
But to me, that there's only one ball that goes around, bro. You got Brian Robinson or Bijan Robinson and Tyler and Gio back there. I don't know. I don't see it. I think
I'm gonna
that
go defense. They don't got shit.
Yeah.
on
They're
defense.
probably gonna go D
That's why
line.
you
Dallas
said-
Turner.
Yeah.
And
Dallas
and
Turner.
Raheem Morris. Yep.
Dallas
no
Turner.
doubt about it.
Dallas
Dallas
Turner.
Turner. I forgot
like
he
that.
was
They're
on
going.
the
They are
no
going
doubt about
to. They are going to go best edge rusher
Or
in the
verse.
draft. They're going to go.
That makes
I'm
sense.
not. I like Turner over Verse personally.
Me
It's the
too.
speed aspect. It's
Yeah,
the speed
too.
aspect. He can put more. He can put lean muscle on and still be fast.
No, I like
Verse-
that. That makes a
Verse
lot of
Verse
going
sense.
could be
bulk
good,
up,
though.
bro.
Yeah, he could be.
Verse could be Myles Garrett. Like, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Athletically, there's a comp there. The measurables are very similar. Not throwing any salt. I think the edge goes Turner, and then
I like
Verse goes 9
I
to
like
the
Turner
Bears.
there a lot. I like Turner there a lot, especially thinking about the Bears being the next pick, and I still have that Brock Bowers sitting there. You draft. I mean, that's a vicious combo with a tight end and a quarterback. I mean, we've seen the receiver room rotate in Kansas City, and what stayed the same? The tight end and the quarterback. We saw the receiver room rotate in New England. What stayed the same? The tight end and the quarterback. So you get a top tier tight end and a top tier quarterback. I think that's kind of the
See, I think you're basing it though off of your projections and
Yeah.
not what the NFL is saying though.
no 100%. I'm
Okay.
putting my twist on this 100%. What do I think? What would I do? That yes, 100%. Yes, that is what I'm doing.
I think
I
think
it
the
might be
Bears
way
at
off.
9.
You're completely right. It might not be realistic, but I look at the blueprint here, and what's the blueprint? Tight end, quarterback.
Yeah, I think they're going to.
Caleb Williams likes throwing outside his receivers though, if we're being real.
Who's Atlanta? Who's
He's
after
never had a
Atlanta?
tight end though. Like
Yeah, but
that's
Cole
the
Kmet, though.
this
Cole
the thing.
Kmet is good. Cole Kmet's
This
a
is the
dog.
thing. This is the thing about Lincoln
like
Riley
Cole.
offenses. Lincoln Riley hasn't we're just gonna keep it hot. He had Mark Andrews 1 year at Oklahoma, but other than that, he had this kid named Bryce Williams at ECU, and Bryce Williams ended up getting a contract with the Cardinals for a year or so, a couple years. He was 6'7", 250. Outside of those two guys, Lincoln Riley's offense doesn't utilize tight ends. It's just
But you got to in the NFL.
he just hasn't had them. Yeah. So I don't
If Brock Bowers there,
I think-
and you I mean,
No, that
I
would be
think-
nice because the other flip side to it. But see, what I would probably do honestly is if Dunze was there, I would go with Dunze because he could learn from Keenan Allen for a year, and Keenan Allen's only on a
Well,
1 year
that-
contract. He's about to
that
be
receiver
34
room
years
is
old,
deep.
and then bang, plug and play right there. You have a guy, and then it's the other thing too is when you're trying to build a team, it's we have Cole Kmet. Would we like another guy? But Cole Kmet is so much better than people think he is.
oh, I
In
don't
my
think
opinion.
he's bad.
I think
I don't think he's
I think
Bowers.
Well, not than what people think he is. To be honest, most people actually think Cole Kmet's way better than his numbers are. So I would say I kind of agree with most. I think he's 1,000-yard tight end if you give him a good quarterback that's a throwing, in a throwing offense. Now, with those two receivers on the outside, I don't know if that's going to happen now, but it's probably not going to happen.
not with the
But-
running back too. You
The
got
running back, too.
It's
Yeah,
just
no,
it's
bro.
crazy that Brock Bowers is even still on the board at this point, but it's very likely he will be.
He's
I
6'2",
think-
though. That's
I
the problem
personally-
that people are gonna over. that
I
people are gonna talk.
I think the Bears are going to try to follow the Texans recipe with their second pick, and they'll go defense
rusher.
and they'll go best edge guy.
Yeah, I like it.
Because if
So
you
if
hit
it's
on
Turner,
that,
if it's
Turner- Yeah, if it's Turner there, then they
So
get
they
Turner.
go
If
verse
it's
on the
Verse
opposite
there,
side, Montez Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty. And defense is a quarterback's best friend too. So
exactly.
they
And
drafted
then-
a
and that
tackle
defense-
last year.
And that defense
could
was
go
not
line.
terrible.
Who
Yeah.
have to go O-line, right?
Yeah,
They could go.
If you're the
O-line.
Jets, you got to go
tackle.
O-line, bro.
You
You
got
got to
to
go O-line.
Who's
See,
the
now Bowers was projected to go to the Jets a lot, but I don't think that'll make as much sense just because who's going to be his quarterback
Oh
in
my
2 years?
god!
I think you go get J.C.
Brock
Latham.
fucking
get J.C.
Bowers
Latham.
going to the Jets would be crazy, and
Aaron
he's
Rodgers,
still
Mike
on
Williams,
the board.
Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, that newly formed
But there's
offensive
only
line.
one football that can
Listen,
go
fuck
around.
it. They
Real
They
shit,
only
though.
have.
But the difference is
They need O line, but I don't know if they're
Hey,
gonna
that's
pass
your
it.
man.
Here's the difference. No. I'll tell you why it's different. Go ahead. I'll tell you why it's different. Open your ears, pal.
I'm just talking
You ready?
shit, bro.
No. Keep
Go
talking.
ahead.
I'll tell you why.
Go
Kirk
ahead. Tell
Cousins
me.
versus Aaron Rodgers. Kirk
No.
Cousins versus Aaron Rodgers.
No, you're talking about Kyle Pitts, who's under 25. Drake London, who's under 25. First round pick, and Bijan Robinson under 25. All first round picks versus Mike Williams.
They sound cheap.
Mike Williams.
Right.
So Garrett Wilson's your number one.
Mike Williams.
First round pick, right?
He's your number one.
Okay.
Your number two would be Brock Bowers.
Okay.
Okay,
What
so
about
it makes
Brees
sense
Hall?
there.
Brees Hall is a first round pick, no?
Plus, they don't have a tight end.
They also don't have really any O line. Mekhi Becton is one of the saddest stories in the NFL.
No,
He's
they
too
have
fast,
O-line
too
now.
big,
They
too
signed
healthy.
John Simpson and Morgan Moses as their tackles.
And they signed Tyrone Smith.
J.C. Latham.
No, they signed Troy. They signed Troy Smith from the Cowboys.
Tyrone Smith.
Yeah, bro. Yes,
the
they signed
tackle.
Tyrone Smith and Morgan Moses at tackle.
All right,
They signed John Simpson
Brock Bowers
at
to the
right
Jets.
guard.
J.C. Latham. They're getting J.C. Latham.
Could be he could sit for 1 year and bang right in there.
Brock Bowers. to
I'm
the
just
Jets
saying,
at 10.
Alabama offensive linemen, they tend to hit.
I'm just saying, if Brock Bowers is falling, you think the team to draft him is going to be the one with the studdiest tight end in the fucking league? Come on now. Yeah, the guy that's falling is
right.
going to get picked up by the team who has the
No,
best.
yeah,
tight
no.
end.
You're right,
Brock,
you're right,
Brock,
you're
Brock
right.
Bowers.
100%.
Brock
It
Bowers,
wouldn't
New
make
York
sense.
Jets, number 10.
I
That's
like,
mine.
I
Who
like
is
it.
the Jets tight end? CJ Uzama?
He's not even there anymore, I don't think.
So at 12 or 11, we're at 11. It's originally the Vikings.
Are
Vikings
we
at
even
11.
doing 11? Or we
I
just
had
do
them
10?
trading.
Yeah, did we?
Panthers are 11.
We just did 10. We just did 10. The Panthers do not have a first round
No,
pick.
they don't have a first round pick.
Yeah,
They're at
you
33.
don't remember
They
that?
would be at.
It's
they would be
okay
at
though. They got
Who
a
knows?
$100 million
They
white
would be
guard.
at
Rob Hunt.
one.
They have
They got
Rob Hunt.
Rob Hunt.
They
They
don't need a
would be
first
on
round pick. They have
one.
Rob Hunt to take them to the promised land.
We would be at 1 if we had a pick.
Yeah,
fellas.
which they
All.
earned. Fuck, God
to
knows they
hell.
earned it. God knows they earned
Hey,
it.
you still have hope though that Bryce Young pans out.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bro, if
They
Baker
don't
Mayfield-
have hope in
if
Carolina.
Baker Mayfield and Kirk
That man
Cousins
is
can
throwing
make
to
the
fucking
contracts they just made this year,
33-year-old
yeah, I got
Adam
faith in
Thielen.
Bryce Young.
There ain't no fucking hope for that kid ever.
That's what I mean, dude.
And
They gotta
that's
get
why we
him a
sent
weapon.
Deontay Johnson
We'll
there was
see.
just to
We'll
end his
see. Yeah, I
career.
agree, but
Ooh, oh my God. Just let me tell you.
Okay, so for respective teams, I'll be really quick. If we actually use our number 16 draft pick, we're going to take Byron Murphy, the defensive tackle out of Texas. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to trade down because we don't have a second round pick. And John Schneider trades down all the fucking time. That was
he
quick.
does do that.
Who do you think you
If
traded
there's a
to?
draft to trade down in, it's this one.
Who do you think you traded to?
Trade to? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Buffalo. Buffalo's looking to move up to grab a receiver.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
wouldn't be
you.
surprised.
They're going to move up.
Buffalo would make a lot of
Yo,
sense.
hey, you know what Buffalo would do? Buffalo's dumb enough to go up to 16 and draft Xavier Worthy.
It's just,
Yes.
oh, hell yeah. It's just irritating. It's irritating
That's
to
the
me.
most.
It's irritating to me
I'm
knowing.
talking about shit.
It's irritating to me knowing that this would be the second consecutive year that
Wow,
Seattle
so-
desperately needed an interior defensive lineman, and for the second consecutive year, we let the number one interior defensive lineman go when we could have had
Who
him.
would you have had last year? Oh, that.
They would have
quarterback.
had
No,
Jalen
Jalen
Carter
Carter.
last
Jalen
year,
You
Carter.
don't got
bro.
Devin Witherspoon, so you
Well,
can't
no,
be too
and
mad
Spoon
about it.
turned out absolutely. Spoon was
Hey.
nowhere near as much of a position of need as a fucking interior defensive lineman.
Hey.
It's still
Hey.
just as much of a need. We would love Byron Murphy from Texas to be on our team, and he will be there at 16. Trust and
Look
believe.
out for
He
Newton.
will be there at
I think
16.
Newton's
He is
the
the
best
number
defensive
one
tackle.
defensive tackle in this draft, and we will let him go.
Now you were right, Johnny Newton. You were right. I don't know why I thought his name was Jazeer earlier.
I
for
feel
some
like
reason.
I've heard that
Yeah.
name too, but
Ronnie, what do you think the
It might have
the
been an
Steelers
older
are
player.
doing?
Jesus Christ, we're talking about the fucking Steelers again? Okay, sorry guys.
It's that time of the show.
this one was actually planned.
We saved the best for
No,
last, Josh.
It's that
Thi-
time.
this-
Well, what are the
ours-
Pan? Oh yeah, the Panthers don't have first round. Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do at pick 41 or whatever the fuck we
No,
are
it's
in the second
33.
round.
Maybe we trade our
So
pick to the
that's not bad.
Panthers. They need it.
Lord knows they need
They
it.
need it.
Who do-
You'd
what
have
do you
to
think
move
the
up. You'd have
Steelers
to
do,
give a
Ronnie?
lot though to move up from 33 to like inside the 20s probably. But Here's what I think. The Steelers have a very interesting situation because there's so many people talking about, like, from Peter Schrager to Jason La Canfora, who does not have a great track record over the last few years. He likes to lie about stuff. I don't know why he does that. But
we did. None of us had. But for the record, none of us had JJ McCarthy going in the top 10. Keep going.
Yeah, very true. And he shouldn't. I mean, if we're being honest,
absolutely shouldn't. Shouldn't be in the top 32.
No, we're looking at talent here, right? But I think it's weird because I think that there's a situation where, like, what I would love to happen, and since this is kind of our spin on it, I would trade the 49ers. I would swap. They could move up from pick 31 all the way to 20. We get Brandon Ayuk, and then we give them like a 3rd round pick and maybe another 3rd next year. So they move up 11 spots. That takes a lot of collateral. You'd have to give like a 2nd at least probably just to do that. So that's worth a 2nd. Plus we give them like a 3rd and maybe another 2nd like next year, something like that. Maybe it's more than that. It's maybe wishful thinking. So we go back to 31, and then at 31 we draft Jackson Powers Johnson. So then we get our center as a starter, and we get Brandon Ayuk. And then in the 2nd round, you can just go best player available. Draft another receiver, get your tackle, go D-line, whatever.
All right, so if they don't do that, and let's take the draft naturally. No trades, blase. Take the trades out of it.
Graham Barton.
I think that Jackson Powers Johnson is good enough, and we have.
He's gonna fall out of the 1st round, they say.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Go Ducks.
Truly, I think that there's such a need, and I hate it, and I know that's not what we do, but I would love to see.
Well, that's why they're saying Graham Barton. He's the number 1 rated center in the draft right now. He was a left tackle for Duke, but he's 6'5", and his RAS score, you know, the RAS.
He played center his freshman year, I think, right?
Yes. And you know the RAS score, the RAS or whatever it's how they measure your athletic. Bro, dude had a 9.99.
And Tomlin's history is draft the, Chase Claypool.
High pedigree guy.
Yep, pedigree.
Bro, but if you look at his
fucking pedigree count.
Bro, I'm telling you, go look at Graham Barton's head. He is going to be amazing, bro. It's a box. He's literally a Roblox, bro. He is literally a center in the NFL. Like, I swear to God, bro. This dude is going to be perfect. I like him a lot.
Well, that wraps up the first 10 picks. Plus, I think, well, I'll say this. The Steelers are either going to go interior offensive linemen. I think maybe if Nate Wiggins is available, they might go there.
That's a sleeper pick.
I think, or if there's one of these high-level receivers that for some reason fell, or if they do end up moving up, it will be, I think, for one of those,
receivers.
A lot of
if like neighbors or something somehow falls.
Right.
Or something.
The Panthers are gonna, they're gonna shock America with the first pick in the 2nd round, the 2024 NFL Draft. The Panthers are gonna pick Ladd McConkey.
Oh, all right.
I like it.
Old Georgia boy.
And it's gonna suck too. I don't know why people like that guy.
Was there though? That might.
Y'all think that guy's gonna be guy? Y'all think Ladd McConkey? Bro, they call Ladd McConkey Cooper Kupp. Dude, I want you guys to look at what Cooper Kupp did at Eastern Washington. That man won the Triple Crown in fucking college, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of always been
like won the Triple Crown in college, and didn't he win the Triple Crown like in the COVID year too? Watched it bro.
With my own eyes.
Ladd McConkey is not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
I think he'll be good, but he's gonna be an underneath receiver, probably a slot guy. It's just tough because when you draft a guy inside the top 50, you want a guy,
home run guy. You want a starter. You want a potential starter.
Yeah, it's not
in their case, they need it. They cannot miss on that.
That's why I'm saying, they're going to miss. That's why I'm saying that.
I know.
They're going to miss.
You think A.D. Mitchell could be available there?
If Tepper has anything to do with that draft pick, you're fucked.
Bro, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. I'm not happy with it. That's what I'm saying, guys. When I say the Panthers are the worst organization in the forum, bro, I'm preparing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you.
Yes. Y'all are optimistic. Y'all have 1st round picks. I should have the number 1 overall pick.
I don't
I
think
just
Seattle
think
keeps
that,
that.
like, when you look,
Yeah, Josh. Yeah.
I think that when
Like-
you look back on Bryce Young, I think that, like, when we look back on it now, it's almost like, why'd they do that? But like, you got to remember how good Bryce Young was and the discourse around him. And, you know, there's other quarterbacks
But
that were
they need
short.
so
Russell
many
Wilson never,
pieces. They need so many pieces, and when your move is to bring in Deontay Johnson, bro, come on, man.
You're stepping.
Well, I think
moving
this is
out
a
of
good-
you're
this is
moving
a good
out of
point. If
Christian
there's one thing-
McCaffrey, moving into Deontay Johnson. You're not trending in the right direction, brother.
You're taking
I don't
steps
think,
back.
Ronnie, you understand, Ronnie. They could have gotten 2 firsts last year for Brian Burns. 3 years ago,
I
they
know,
could have
I
got
know,
2
I know.
firsts and a third for Christian McCaffrey. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah,
the
that's
Carolina Panthers
Is it a new
literally
GM?
are at. Yeah, Dan Morgan. Shout out to Dan Morgan. But guess why?
This
You
year?
guys know why?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know why
two
Dan Morgan
years.
had to retire from football, right, guys? Concussions. You know, that's what we were. Yeah. You know,
said we got this-
shout
we
out
got
to
the
Dan
guy-
Morgan. But you know,
That's the brains behind it. Makes sense. That
That's
checks out.
fucked up.
mush mind over here in the fucking GM office.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're a definitive dumpster fire.
All right.
Like,
Hey, that wraps up the first picks of our teams, though. Does anybody have any fire bets going into the weekend here?
Ooh, going into the weekend. I'll tell you this: Jared Jones has hit his over on his pitching line every single game he's pitched this year.
hey, just take the A's. Just go against the A's.
Yeah, that's
Every
easy,
game.
too. Let's see if I can
Just
find
go
it.
against the A's every game. You can
Is
come
that-
out positive if you put $10 on the against the A's every day. You
Is
will come out
Bean
positive.
the
at
general
end of the
manager
year.
there.
No, he's not.
So he turned in the movie. He turns down that deal with the Red Sox.
Oh shit!
He
I got
turned
one.
that shit down.
It's,
Do you
They're
do
already
you
gonna be-
realize
Why
the
did you
year
do that?
after?
It's-
You know what happened the year after?
Moneyball.
Really?
The year after,
Yeah, the year after.
They
You know
were-
what happened?
they were ass.
That's the year that Theo Epstein signed to be the GM for the Red Sox, and the Red Sox won the World Series in 04.
Yep.
Good thing they
Billy
did.
Bean declined that. He met with John Henry, and it was a big ass deal, like 10 years, 30 million, like, which was crazy back then. You guys got to
And they
remember, like,
weren't going to be playing Moneyball. They were going to be like, here, bro, go spend this shit.
bro, like at that point, it was like the third largest payroll in baseball. Like the Yankees were one, obviously, and then I think it was an NL team in there. Like it might have been the Sox in there, but you got to think Manny Ramirez. They had Nomar Garcia-Parra, Pedro Martinez, Kurt Schilling,
Poppy.
Derek Lowe.
Who's
I'm a
the
Sox guy.
shortstop?
Me too.
No
I'm a
more
Red Sox fan.
Garcia-Parra.
Who's the
Yeah,
left
Garcia-Parra.
fielder?
Yeah, I
John-
remember.
Manny
Johnny
Ramirez.
Damon leaving,
No,
bro.
but
I
Johnny
remember
Damon was
remember
the center
bloody
fielder.
ankle. I remember.
Trot
you know who my
Nixon,
favorite?
Jake
You know who my favorite
Varitek,
player was?
Jason Veritek.
Kevin
catcher, bro.
Youkilis, Doug Minkiewicz,
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Evan Millar. Fuck
Jacoby was
Jacoby
my guy.
Ellsbury.
I know. When he
Fuck
left to go to
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Well,
They
fuck the
wrote an
Boston Red
article
Sox
about
too,
me,
but
bro,
my pick
because
going into this
online,
weekend is going
I
to be
spun the
anywhere you can
traitor.
get him when you're seeing this. Go ahead and bet Scotty Scheffler to win the RBC Heritage PGA Tour. That's going to be starting. It's Tuesday here right now. He's 4-1 right now. I will be placing a wager on that because it's not worth betting against Scoot Scheffler at this point. He's 4-1, just like he was for the Masters, and that cash. I have no reason to believe that he won't win this tournament because he is the best golfer alive. You'll probably get him. If this is Friday night, then he's probably going to be like, if you're lucky, 2-1 because he's going to be like right up there, top 5. Just go ahead and bet him. He's not going to lose. If it comes down to
Make
him and
the
like two other
cut.
guys and they're close coming into the final round, like he will win. We've seen that. He will.
What
win.
if he don't make the cut?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'd
Give me the
I'd
money
love
on
to see
that
the
one.
betting odds on him not
Masters
making the
hangover.
I might put a $5 bill on Scotty
Holy
Scheffler
shit.
not making.
Just the Masters hangover.
Bro, wait, isn't his wife like pregnant?
Cut. I think she probably already had the kid, to be honest, because they were thinking she was going to have the kid while he
Bro,
was playing.
all I'm saying is if he's going into the tournament and he ain't had this baby yet, it might be worth putting it in on him to not make the cut because he walked out and he withdrew.
You're gonna be mad when he makes the cut, but he just doesn't show up. The
I
next
am
day
so good at
or
those make the
something.
for the
cut
cut.
bets. So good.
Hey, I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, like, if there's something to bet that he ain't gonna win, I don't have any.
Yeah,
bets
my
this week.
wife's in labor. I'm on my private helicopter out of here.
I don't have any bets this week. I mean, you could bet the Birmingham Stallions. They're just minus 400, so you're not going to make any money, but that bet will cash.
I don't have a bet, but I could tell you when we know that we've lost as a society. When we start betting power slap.
You can bet that?
The fact that shit's legal, bro. Yes, it's legal.
It's hard to watch.
Imagine betting on who's just gonna eat one.
They got it on Prize
That's some real
Picks.
degenerate. Like
Hey,
you just happen to have it
y'all
on. You're like,
bullshitting.
oh, I can
That's
tell
what we
it.
need to
Look in
do.
his eyes. He's about to slap this motherfucker to the dirt.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're just like,
That's
bam,
what we need.
$100.
We need to get a Prize Pick. We need to get a Prize Picks promo code or some shit like that, bro.
Oh, we're
Come on, bro.
getting
We're
there.
the
That's
only
where you
ones
bet
talking
it on.
about
We're
power
getting there.
slap bets, bro. Come on.
That's where they
well,
bet
Guys
on
with
it
the
at
biggest
is
beard,
Prize
bro.
Picks.
Guys with the
regardless,
biggest beard. You don't know where his jawline starts, so you don't really know what to catch.
that wraps up episode 9 of the Steel Pirate Media Show. I appreciate everybody for joining us. We'll catch you next time.